Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jose Pedrera, the political bandit, and today we're going to be discussing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal. Now, I'm going to be reading some of this to you, so I'm going to be throwing on my reading glasses, and I hope you don't find it boring, because I know reading can be kind of boring, but I want to throw in some of my feelings about it, and I want you to know what it actually says. I don't want you to just see or hear what they're saying on television about it, how some people are mocking it and making fun of it. I want you to see why they're mocking and making fun of it. Now, here I have it. It's House Resolution 109, H.R. 109. And it's called the Green New Deal. And it starts at the very beginning. The very first point is this. It says, human activity is the dominant cause of observed climate change over the past century. Now, never mind that about 1,600 climatologists say that man-made global warming is a farce and that the Earth has warmed and cooled tens of thousands of times over its long history. Never mind that. You know, the Democrats and the liberals, they want you to believe that this is a done deal, that this is an exact science, which it isn't. Now, moving on, we find that it turns from a quasi-scientific document into a social compact. And this is why a lot of Republicans and a lot of conservatives think it's absolutely ridiculous, okay? It talks about, it says that the top 1% of earners accruing 91% of gains in the first few years of economic recovery after the Great Recession. It says a large racial wealth divide amounting to a difference of 20 times more wealth between the average white family and the average black family, and the gender earnings gap that results in women earning approximately 80% as much as men at the median. So right there you see how it switches lanes. It turns, like I said, from a quasi-scientific document to a social rambling compact, okay? But here's how they make the connection, okay, between global, man-made global warming and all these social issues. They say, whereas climate change, pollution, and environmental destruction have exacerbated systematic racial, regional, social, environmental, and economic injustices, referred to in this preamble as systematic injustices, by disproportionately affecting indigenous peoples, communities of color, migrant communities, deindustrialized communities, depopulated rural communities, the poor, low-income workers, women, the elderly, the unhoused, people with disabilities, and youth, referred to in this preamble as frontline and vulnerable communities. So you see how they're saying that climate change is causing all these social issues. Okay? How climate change is affecting all these communities, including indigenous peoples. It's absolute insanity. Okay? Remember, this is the Green New Deal. This is the actual document, okay? They also go on to say that they want to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions through a fair and just transition for all communities and workers. Net zero means no oil, no natural gas, no coal, okay? And the loss of tens of thousands of jobs. Moving on. Okay? It says that their goal is meeting 100% of the power demand of the United States through clean, renewable, and zero emission energy sources. How that's possible, I don't know. 100% of the power demand in the United States through clean, renewable, and zero emission energy sources. And we move on. And here's where it starts to get juicy, okay? Upgrading all existing buildings in the United States. Listen to what I said. Upgrading all existing buildings in the United States. And building new buildings to achieve maximum energy efficiency, water efficiency, safety, affordability, comfort, and durability, including through electrification. So, that means, once again, that they don't want your house to be heated by oil or natural gas. They want your house to be heated and cooled through electricity, possibly with battery-powered electrical houses. Okay? And then it gets better, because this is truly amazing to me. It says that they want zero emission vehicle infrastructure and manufacturing. Now, how the hell do you get zero emission vehicle infrastructure and manufacturing? Okay, with all the major tools that we use, and the tractors and the haulers and all the things that we would need to create new infrastructure, they all run on gas and diesel fuel. Okay, steamrollers, they all run on fossil fuels. How are we going to get zero emissions when we go ahead and do infrastructure? I find that impossible. It can't be done. Okay, now the other thing, here we go with the social stuff. Ensuring that the federal government takes into account the complete environmental and social costs and impacts of emissions. Okay, social costs, they threw that in there. Okay, what are the social costs? Maybe the social costs are putting down the indigenous Indians and people of color like myself. Maybe those are the social costs. Okay, and here it gets really good. Here we go. Here's the meat and potatoes, baby. Okay, guaranteeing a job with a family-sustaining wage, adequate family and medical leave, paid vacations, and retirement security to all people of the United States. Now, let me go to the first sentence and the last sentence, okay? So you get the gist of this. Okay? Guaranteeing a job to all people of the United States. Guaranteeing a job. How do you guarantee a job to every single person in the United States of America? How? Does every person in the United States of America even want to work? That's absolute insanity. And it turns our capitalist system on its head, okay? It turns it inside out. It is senseless. It is socialist. It is socialism at its zenith, okay? Giving jobs to everyone. Everyone has a job. Oh, and here we go. Here's the best of all. I'm saving the best for last. So they saved the best for last, okay? Providing all people of the United States with high quality health care and economic security. You know what high quality health care means? It means single payer health care. Okay? It means Medicare for all. Okay? I forgot what it's going to cost, they say, but it's like $30 trillion over the next 10 years or something ridiculous like that. And you know, those are always underestimated. So this is what they saved. Like I said, the best for the last. Medicare for all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if that doesn't sound communistic, I don't know what does. I mean, if that doesn't sound like all the things that socialists or communists like Fidel Castro, like Hugo Chavez, like Maduro, like so many communists of the past, if that doesn't sound like all the promises that they've made to their populations, I don't know what does. But there you go. It is a social compact more than anything else. This has very little to do with climate change and everything to do with restructuring the way we do our economy in the United States of America, and it's a social compact. So there you go. Thanks for listening. I know it was a little long, but I hope you stayed with us. And if you liked it, please give us a like. We'll see you again soon.